Happy Friday. So, I've been talking with clients about how to replicate their voice using AI. And so, I wanted to show you some of the things that I do to help not just myself, but other clients to create content like blogs, social media posts, landing pages, and it actually sounds like them. The AI understands what they do, the AI understands their audience, and there's a couple tricks you can do to teach the AI to actually sound like you. Now, there are some problems you've probably noticed, maybe you haven't, but a lot of content that's generated by AI has a set of words that are commonly used. Like, for example, take your business to new heights is now this ridiculous phrase that people associate with ChatGPT. Obviously, ChatGPT wrote it if you see that phrase. There's other phrases as well that are a dead giveaway that it's AI. So there's three things that I recommend you do in order to avoid this and to create content that like you're really proud of. Because I know there are people who don't want to necessarily use AI or they're a little bit standoffish and they think this is not for me. But I would invite you, if that's you, I would invite you to be open to these three tricks because that is really going to, I think, get rid of those qualms that you might have about it. So the first thing is that you have to use a persona. An AI persona is basically like assigning the AI you're using a job and telling it who it's going to be and what its role is. So with ChatGPT, you can use custom GPTs to do this, and I'll show you what that looks like. Inside of ChatGPT, there's a button here called Explore GPTs, and if you click on it, it's going to bring you to the GPT store basically, and you can search for any number of GPTs to use. So, for example, a creative writing coach, someone. ChatGPT made this. You can see here by ChatGPT. Down here, let's see, humanize AI. This is by someone called gptinf.com. Um, there's so many different things and there's different categories like, help your kids with math. I've used one to help my kids create coloring pages. So these are already made by other people, but you can make one yourself over here under create. Now, I've made a handful of GPTs already. Um, and basically, what this is uploading custom training data, AKA uploading PDFs, transcripts, blog posts, anything written that the chat or that the AI can then read and study and understand about you specifically. So, if you're going to be building something that is to represent your brand voice, you need to make sure that you're using one of these custom GPTs and training it on you. So that number one is using a persona. Number two is a back and forth conversation with it, prompting, going back and forth, telling it, no, that doesn't sound like me. It's too formal or it's too playful. You've got to actually train it and give it feedback on how well it's doing or how not well it's doing. Um, Also, I wanted to show you there's another tool called Claude. So Claude recently came out with something called Claude Projects. And if you look at this example, you can upload project knowledge. So here, this is uploading a customer feedback form, survey results, and an NPS score. And it's asking for what are the trends in this user's feedback. So think about it. If you uploaded a bunch of customer feedback into your AI, and then you asked the AI, hey, give me insights about this feedback from our customers, that's going to give you information and insights so much quicker than if you went through and read those 10, 20, 50 pages worth of documents and then you yourself tried to comb through and gain insights. So you can really quickly see how AI is a tool that can save you a lot of time and help you increase your productivity. You can also do this. Let's pretend that you have 10 blog articles that you've written that have done really, really well over the years, and you have a model or a framework that you help your clients with, you could take those blog articles and you could take your framework and you could upload that into Claude Projects. And then you could go in and have a conversation with it as though it knows those things. So it's like having a conversation with yourself. Let's say you're trying to write a book and you've got a whole bunch of blogs that you want to represent some of the chapters or ideas in the book. You could upload those things as well as a book summary and say, hey, help me outline the chapters, help me come up with stories, help me research different data sets that or site research that I could include in this book. So there are so many really cool ways that you could use this. Now, for the context of using it to write a blog or write a web page or write content, what you can do is those same things. Upload anything that it would need to know about you or your audience or the products that you sell so that it can write competently about those things. You know, one of the ways that I have used ChatGPT for the last year and a half is as a Tony Robbins mentor. So, uh, I don't know, it has been my coach. And I've gone back and forth, not just about life and business, but also about developing frameworks. And the affluent effect is something that is constantly evolving and changing and growing and being clarified and articulated. And I find that that's extremely helpful for me to go back and forth with my AI to clarify what I'm saying. And the way that I do that is I will literally do a voice to text. So I will speak things just like I'm talking to you right now, but I will talk to my Tony Robbins and then it will respond back to me and be like, oh, so it sounds like what you're saying is blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, yeah, that's totally right. Or no, that's not, but here's where I want to take it next. And it's literally like a relationship, which is the third thing. The third thing is that you need to have you need to have well, excuse me. The second thing is to have a back and forth relationship with it. The third thing is there's always the human touch. So let's say that I did have my ChatGPT write a landing page for me. It's always a good idea, I think, right now, 2024, July, to do a human edit. You know, just taking something and copying and pasting that and saying, okay, that's good enough. I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble with, oh, obviously that person is using AI and it doesn't sound very good and I don't like that. So if you take the time to read through it and make some adjustments and take out those funny little phrases that are dead giveaways that it's AI, and just give it that little bit of refining to make it sound like you, that's where I think you win. Because let's be real, AI can get things done so quickly. Even if you're writing, for example, I just helped a client write a series of like 3 emails, and we had ChatGPT just do it from scratch. I didn't even have a persona. I was like, hey, I need these 3 emails, and here's kind of some context. Well, even having those words there to play with makes your job a lot easier as a marketer or copywriter or business owner to then massage those things to actually say and sound like you. So, hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments if there are other ways of using AI that you have questions about. If you want to see this in action, if you want to see an example like of your own content and how you could do this, I'd be happy to show you. Have a fabulous weekend and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.